Good morning, everybody. Welcome to First Church. I want to give you a heartfelt welcome to our lesson today. It's wonderful to see all of you on our virtual gathering, and those of you who are present. We are, as you know, a hybrid community. We're honored to have hundreds of people listening in, tuning in to our gatherings from all over the world now. And always, if you're in New York City, please come visit us. Your presence brings us joy and richness. Everybody adds something to our gatherings. With each and every passing week now, the number of listeners and participants is growing and growing. There's several hundred people watching our lessons every single week. And then by the time the month's over, it's several hundred more. So our reach is becoming larger and larger. We're about to launch a Spanish channel where our best lessons are going to be presented for people who speak Spanish. So that's something exciting to announce. So all of us, when we come together, we're grateful for this time together. Sunday morning, we start off with a meditation, followed by our lesson. Today, we want to be speaking on the subject of creating peace in the world, embracing global peace. So we want to acknowledge first that we get all your messages, and there are a lot of messages now coming in. Messages mostly of appreciation, heartwarming notes from all over the globe. It's an affirmation to us that we're doing some things right, because we're touching people, and it's really wonderful that we can take Louise Hay's words and Ernest Holmes' words and reinterpret them and to present them in such a way they're very valuable to people now. So we want to have everybody here know one and all how valuable you are to this center, to this group. People love hearing from you. Our community sharing time, some of you participate, some of you listen, but everybody is thrilled that you're there. Each of you, in your own way, are a remarkable part of this wonderful group gathering. It's a virtual community. Many of you discovered us through Louise Hay, and you hear me speak of her often. She was the inspiration that got me into the movement, got me into being a therapist, a teacher, and I've been presenting her lectures, her groups for so many years I can't count them. We do them every Thursday evening here at 7 p.m. Her teaching has illuminated more lives than anybody can count. She was a true gift to the entire New Thought movement. So for those of us who join us weekly for these sessions, again, our hearts are filled with gratitude. As many of you know, First Church operates entirely on a love offering basis. And what that means is we don't charge anything for anything we do in the way of our weekly classes or lessons. All our content, classes, and gatherings are freely accessible. And you do them live with us as we are now, or you can tune in on YouTube or Facebook. That way, we're sure that everybody can benefit regardless of money. Just tune in. Tune in whenever you can. With affirmative prayer, we say early, late, and often. And sometimes with these lessons, the more you listen to them, the better it is, because you'll hear some things the first time around that you'll miss. In other words, you'll hear more and more each time you listen. For anyone who's inspired to support our mission, we have options that are always in the chat. I'm sure they're there as we speak today. So you can support the center if you'd like to. We're also getting checks from a number of people, love offerings. So to everybody who is supporting us that way, thank you. Raymond Charles Barker always said, we appreciate your happy money. So if you feel so moved, that's wonderful. Every contribution of any kind is a blessing, and it just allows us to do our work and get our message out to a larger and larger group. We want to be teaching our teaching in such a way we can uplift and help as many people as we can. We want to remind people that they're one with the one. We want to remind you of your innate goodness, your innate power, and your ability. We want to remind you that it's entirely up to you and it's all within you. So stay tuned. The more often you tune in, the easier it gets. There will be a quickening for you. The more you let yourself, let that information just keep pouring over you. Anything that you do with your words, your prayers, your support, it helps us keep moving things forward to ensure that this teaching is available for the future, and that our message reaches more and more people. We're excited about this new Spanish project. It's a challenge. We almost have all the kinks out of it, so we're looking forward to doing that, so you can let your friends know. Today I created a little poem. I put together some of Ernest Holmes' ideas. Not that I'm a poet exactly, but the ideas resonate, especially during this day where we're focusing on peace. And the title of the piece is In the Infinity Expanse, or the infinite, expanse of the divine. I'd like you to think about that idea. In the infinite expanse of the divine, in the heart's silent echo, we intertwine. With every breath, a truth so profound, peace isn't distant, it's a state we found. The mind that molded the stars and the seas whispers in us, be still and be at ease. For within us lies an eternal space, unyielding, untouched, a sanctuary of grace. Doubt may cast your shadows and fears may arise, yet anchored in spirit, our soul never dies. In the midst of chaos, when turmoil seems near, the universe murmurs, there's nothing to fear. For deep in our being, a truth we embrace, the divine lives within us, and peace is our base. So as we stand on life's ever-shifting sands, we're cradled always in infinite's hands. Embrace this peace, let it be your guide, for in the divine mind we all reside. And so it is. Before we go into today's poignant topic of peace and the idea of embracing peace throughout the world, let's immerse ourselves in a brief moment of tranquility and reflection. Again, as before, center yourself with a breath or two, a deep breath. Let's set our intentions on understanding, on solace. Let's set our intentions on healing, being an agent of healing, being one with this one peaceful divine activity that is in us. In these troubling, turbulent times, as a global community and as individuals, it's an honor for me today to be here to draw everyone together and for us to unite with each other and seek solace and strength from one another. We've been witnessing some very difficult moments, heart-wrenching events in the Ukraine this year, and now in the Middle East as well. It's important to acknowledge times like this. The whole world is feeling it. There's not a place really you can go where you're not hearing about it, and everyone is affected by it in one way or another. In our New Thought movement and our New Thought teachings, we talk about the intrinsic connectedness and the interconnectedness of life. So moments like this are very critical because these events touch us all. They're very disturbing. And so we want to acknowledge this solemn moment as we come together in unity and in love and in peace. Ernest Holmes said once, life is like a mirror, and it will reflect back to the thinker what he or she thinks into it. I've been thinking about that for many years. So today I'm wondering about that. This reflection is not just about a person's individual experience, but the reflection is also a collective one. As a global community, our collective consciousness shapes reality. During this time, emotions are running high, and it feels like the human spirit is under siege. We've had many calls at the center. People are upset. Our New Thought community is summoned to a unique perspective during moments like this. Just as we steadfastly see ourselves as whole, you hear me say often, I'm whole and complete, I'm supplied and supported. Just as we steadfastly see ourselves as whole, even in our imperfections, we're challenged to know and to see ourselves as whole and complete. Today, we're also tasked to perceive the world in its entirety and to see the world in unity. It's not always easy. Dr. Holmes taught us that we can only be to the outside world what we are first to ourselves. You've heard that idea shared by me in many lessons. We can only be to the outside world what we are at first to ourselves. So every lesson that we ever have is really going to be about becoming whole. Your outer world is going to reflect your inner world. So at the core, though, of this perspective is the unshakable belief that every individual holds a spark of the divine. Even amidst the discord and disruption. So individually and collectively, the core of our being, there is this divinity, this part of us that's whole and complete, even amidst discord and disruption. We're on a continuous journey, one and all of us, towards self-realization. We're doing it individually, and we're doing it as a people. So our continuous journey towards self-realization reminds us of our own divinity. And it's this same belief and compassion that we learn to have for ourselves that we want to have for the world as well. We know right now that for many of you, the events that are transpiring across the globe are not just headlines. They're personal. We have people here with us whose families have been disrupted. We have other people we know who've lost people. They don't know where they are. And all of this is personal, and it evokes feelings of grief and anger and deep sadness for anybody who really is paying attention to what's going on. And that's normal because all of us are interconnected. We teach, Deepak Chopra, we live in a unitary field of existence. Every New Thought teacher you've ever heard would talk about the unitary life or the unitary field or the one life, the one energy. All of this transcends religion. It doesn't have anything to do with religion. It's a fundamental fact. Going back through the ages, love your brother, sister as yourself, and knowing that we are all one. So every story that we've been hearing recent times, the bloodshed, the pain, the suffering, the fear, touches our hearts. And all of us, on some level, some more than others, feel this collective pain. And in this shared pain and upset, we come together united in our plea and our affirmative prayers for understanding and for compassion. Ernest Holmes also said, peace comes from the realization that we can trust the universe. We can trust it utterly to bring into our lives exactly what we need and exactly what we need for our spiritual growth. But this trust can be a monumental challenge, especially during times like this. Yes, especially during times like this, especially when our faith wavers amidst turmoil. Our affirmation for peace isn't just about a distant hope. It's a deep-seated conviction. Even when the path isn't clear, we believe that underneath this chaos, there's divine order, gently guiding us, gently moving all of us forward in unity and in greater harmony. The pain that we've been witnessing, the challenges we face, these aren't just abstract concepts to any of us. They're real, they're hurtful, they're lived experiences for many people, and most of us can feel and sense a great deal of it. These moments are heart-rending, gut-wrenching. The thing is, as we view times like this, tough times like this, now and in history, they're always a part of a vast continuum of time. Again, times like this, the tough moments, the tough days and weeks, months, are pivotal in human history, because at this time humanity is about to break through to larger changes. Often during times like this, it's during times like this where we achieve what follows would be a breakthrough in the way we all think and feel. Our promise to you in this teaching is based upon the wisdom of the teaching itself, is that we will commit ourselves fully to envisioning and working towards a world of love, unity, and inclusivity. We understand the weight of these words, especially during such difficult times, and we don't take this commitment lightly. My suggestion for all of us is just to keep working on ourselves and working on the teaching, knowing that you are supplied and supported. And after you do your own work, then we know that for the people we love and for the world itself. Our heart's true desire is to witness a world where every single individual recognizes and honors and lives from their divine connection. We always say, we know and we know that we know. There's an inner connection we all have with this one life. John Kennedy came to mind when I was putting this lesson together, and he once said, "Our problems are man-made, therefore they may be solved by man." And man can be just as big as he or she wants to be. Again, our problems are made, we make them, therefore we can solve them. And we can be just as big as we want to be. He went on to say, no problem of human destiny is beyond human beings. So we have the power within us to heal ourselves and heal others. These powerful words serve as a reminder that even in the face of great adversity, humanity has the innate ability, capability, and strength to rise above and find solutions. We don't have to keep fighting forever. Our history, though scattered with very dark periods, is also filled with extraordinary moments where individuals and communities have overcome incredible challenges, just soared, bringing forth progress and enlightenment. Every obstacle that we face, no matter how awful or how insurmountable it seems, provides us an opportunity for growth, understanding, and transformation. Central to our teaching, central to New Thought, central to everything that we teach here is the understanding that life and spirit is unfolding in us, through us, and in the world. Beyond the divisions we sometimes construct, the problems we create for ourselves, and in the world, with divisions with religions, culture, beliefs, lies a foundational truth. At our core, every one of us are interconnected. At our core, we're all one, brothers and sisters. Look around you. Look to your neighbors. Look to the people in your home, in your street, in your community. Look to all the people that are on the call today. Look to all your friends. And think about all the people that you've never even met, regardless of our backgrounds, regardless of our beliefs or current situations. There's a truth that we cannot deny. We are all part of one another. We are one. We are one with whatever we conceive the opponent to be. United in our teaching in spirit, consistent in heart, knowing the truth, and together we're all one in this human experience. But here's where it gets personal. We firmly believe that every single individual has a pivotal role to play. So we stand here together, steadfast in our conviction that healing is being accomplished in the divine mind right now. We're progressing, With unwavering hope, we're progressing towards a world that's filled with understanding, peace, and unity, no matter what it looks like. This progression is not just about impacting the collective experience, but it's about actively participating in the creative process itself. My actions, your actions, our actions together, our thoughts and our intentions, and our emotions all interweave, forming an intricate tapestry, if you will, understanding and peace. When we look out and recognize wholeheartedly and embrace our roles and this role, when we step up ourselves as conscious lifters, remember we talk about we're lifters. When we step up as conscious lifters, cheerleading life on and people on, when we do this, we help create a harmonious world. During times like this, where things are tough and things aren't quite understandable and there's a lot of reaction, together, let us remember our teaching and let our shared profound connection be our guiding compass. Stay close to our classes, stay close to environments where people are supporting the truth, where you can be fortified. And let our teaching point us towards empathy and understanding and having open hearts to work with other people. When faced with today's multifaceted challenges on different parts of the globe, and sometimes within our own living rooms, it's imperative to harness our individual strength and to remember who we are and know that we're supported and that we are united with everyone. This type of knowing will help us bridge vast divides. There's no opponent, there's no enemy in our minds or our hearts. As we hold on to this awareness, our path will shift from one that's marred by anger or divisiveness to one that's into a different realm of unity and mutual respect, where they are the things that dominate. Drawing inspiration from another profound person, Martin Luther King, he said, "Darkness cannot drive out darkness." So fighting is never going to be the answer. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can drive out darkness. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Each and every one of us is an individual expression of divine love and energy, and hold within us unparalleled power, amazing power for good that you have within you to use. Let's remember that we have power for good in us, operating through us, and we have the ability to be healers and helpers. This innate power enables us to be luminous beacons amidst the darkest stuff that you can imagine. We can be rational voices, loving voices amidst overwhelming noise and discord. Every single one of us is crucial, important. I often say to you, you don't know how important you are. You don't value yourself enough. You don't love yourself enough. Every one of us, as we learn to love ourselves, become lifters. We lift ourselves up and we lift the world up too. And we, as we heal ourselves, become a catalyst for others. And we impact the world and we impact change. Our decisions, our comforting words as we practice this teaching, and our affirmative actions ripple outwards, and they touch your friends, your family. They make a tangible difference, and they go on far beyond you, touching souls in ways we can never know. By consciously choosing to operate from this place of connection, you hear me ask week after week, are you coming from connection, or are you reacting? You know, as we take that pause and we connect and know that we're one with one, and we know we're coming from connection, we're inviting spirit in. We're coming then from a space of love, compassion, and understanding. We don't just bring healing into our own lives. When we do this, we're significantly contributing to the world's healing. Imagine, if you would, if every single one of us on the call, just every one of us everywhere, chose love over indifference. See, indifference is kind of a killer too, where you just don't care. What if every one of us chose love over indifference and compassion over our need to judge, where we just release the need to be critical? where we chose to be united rather than fragmented. Think what that would be like if we combined all of our energies. No more indifference, no more judgment, no more fragmentation. What would the world be like? The sheer transformative power that we have a lot ourselves, right? The sheer transformative power that such a collective action would provide. This isn't an idealistic vision. This is today an urgent call for action, really. There's a lot going on. There's a call for us to step up our game. We do it for ourselves and we do it for the world. It's a reminder that when our individual consciousness rise and unite, it can help shape and mold the collective experience. We've had great teachers, all of us. I've had them. I share my teachers with you, and some of you are sharing me the lessons you've learned as well. And we all learn from each other anyway. Ernest Holmes was one of them. He was a guiding star in the New Thought movement. Louise, of course, is our rock star here at First Church. This is where she came from. But Holmes, a guiding star in the movement, continuously emphasized the boundless potential that lives within each and every one of us. His teachings echo the conviction that our minds, our consciousness, our belief, and attitudes wield the power to shape reality. He proclaimed once, "Life is like a mirror and will reflect back to the thinker what he or she thinks into it." And this reminds me again that the transformation we wish to see in the world has to and always has to begin with our individual thoughts and intentions. Every thought we think is important. It's creative. Life mirrors them. You all remember Nelson Mandela, who was a beacon of resilience, unity, and peace. He once said, "No one is born hating another person." They just weren't. Nobody's born hating anybody because of the color of their skin or their religion or anything like that, their background. Mandela said people must learn to hate. And if they can learn to hate, then they can certainly learn to love. They can be taught to love. And he went on to say something most beautiful. He said, "For love comes more naturally to the human heart than its opposite." This was such a beautiful and profound statement, and it underscores that the seeds of love and unity are inherently within every one of us. We have a natural urge to connect because we're all interconnected. So these seeds are there. They're waiting to be nurtured and allowed to flourish. These luminaries, these great thinkers, teachers from different walks of life, consistently highlighted the same truth, that the power of the truth was there is power in the individual. There's power in the individual thought and action. They all believed, as we do, that our collective efforts, fueled by love, compassion, and understanding, will usher in a new era of peace. And this peace will transcend any past, any barrier of religion, race, or any other kind of belief. Their wisdom, one and all, serves as an inspiration to me and hopefully to you all today. It's also a testament to the universal truth that humanity at its core longs for freedom and harmony. As we tread this path towards a unified world, let's carry their teachings with us. Let those teachings be our guiding light, illuminating our way forward. Let's move forward with another thought expressed by Desmond Tutu, the South African theologian. Tutu said, "Hope is being able to see that there is light despite all the darkness." Again, hope is being able to see that there is light despite all of the darkness. We who are in the teaching know that there is light. We know that we're one with this light, and we are resolute in knowing that there is this divine light that's unfolding here, right now. In the darkest of moments, we know it's here. Tutu's words remind us that even in the midst of the most challenging moments, circumstances, there's always a ray of hope, and there's a potential for growth, and always a possibility for transformation. Life, in all of its complexity, is continuously evolving. Even in our darkest moments, they're signs of progress and evolution. In our teaching, we understand that our collective consciousness is forever expanding, and with it, our potential for peace and unity is forever expanding as well. Throughout history, humanity has demonstrated an innate ability to rise above challenges. That's one of the great human things. We've always risen above challenges, and we've grown, and we've evolved. And while we faced tremendous setbacks and discord, the essence of our spirit remains undeterred. With every single adversity we encounter, we have the capacity to emerge more understanding, more compassionate, and more unified. So let's harness that strength, let's harness that memory, let's harness that truth as we move toward a brighter, more harmonious future. We do want to have a call today to action. Again, it's been a tumultuous week. It's been a tumultuous year in many ways, when our world has been suffering from senseless acts and the innocent have been hurt. They've been caught in the crossfire. So our hearts ache. The weight of the sorrow is palpable, and so is the despair. So we want to acknowledge that. In the midst of this pain, let us not forget the power of our individual and collective consciousness. Remember, once again, change doesn't always begin with grand gestures. It often starts in the quietness of our own minds and hearts, from that place deep within us. Let's remember, it begins with us. The world is healed from one act of kindness, by one act of kindness to another. Any gesture, however small, that you might have or thought ripples outward, creating a cascade of compassion. Extend a hand wherever you can. Share a smile. Give somebody a thumbs up. Say good job. Extend a listening ear. Let your daily actions be a testament to the love and to the understanding that you have. In a world of diverse stories, experiences, fears, and hopes, let's make a conscious effort, one and all, to truly listen to one another and do our best to understand. Let's try to be receptive to new moments, create new moments of clarity, and that'll foster mutual understanding. And let's do whatever we can to bridge any gap that might be appearing to divide us. If you're new or you're hearing of us on YouTube or something, consider joining, being part of one of our regular classes. Thursday night would be a great place to start. Our center is all about healing, love, and unity. So our self-healing class meets every Thursday night. It'd be a wonderful place to start. Such gatherings aren't merely about asking for change, but seeking and cultivating an internal atmosphere of peace and love. It always starts with us. So let's dive deep into our meditations this week, our affirmative prayers, holding on to the knowledge that healing and wholeness are the true nature of our shared experiences. New Thought students call themselves practitioners because they practice. When I was younger, they used to say there is not a spot where God is not. So we're practicing knowing that this power, this love is everywhere present. Let's practice it. Let's practice this presence in every aspect of our life. Let's see the divine in everyone and all the time. In our minds, we say namaste. So I'm looking out at all the sea of people today, and my heart, my mind goes to everyone thinking namaste. I salute the divinity in you. Understand with me that each soul that you come in contact with is working out their own unique journey. Everyone's really doing the best they can with what they have. So let's strive to be that anchor of calm, that place of peace, wherever they touch our lives. Do your best to understand that people are doing their best. They're doing the best of what they know at any given moment. In our teaching, we stress the profound transformative power that we have through the use of our consciousness, our mind. You have so much power within you to change everything. You're the whole bit. We know that an open heart, guided by loving consciousness and intelligence, can heal you and can heal the world. Together, let's channel our hearts and our minds together, our enlightened minds, and navigate our world toward more love, understanding, and unwavering unity. And I'm going to close today with an affirmative prayer before I turn the discussion over to everyone. So this is an affirmative prayer for all of us. In this sacred moment, we come together in consciousness, channeling and knowing our combined energy to envelop every soul with warmth and comfort. We recognize this divine intelligence within each one of us, and in this realization, we declare a harmonious peace. We declare harmonious peace to every single person who's suffering, hurting, or worried. We send forth waves of healing and understanding, knowing that the transformative power of love is with them right now. We affirm that every individual now knows peace, feels solace, and experiences the soothing touch of divine presence. We envision a world wrapped in love where peace and unity are not aspirations but complete realities. And let us know right now that the universe hears our words, feels our consciousness, and responds to our collective call for healing. Knowing it is so, we release this perfect idea into the universe, confident in its manifesting power, knowing that healing is unfolding in every moment. We are all one with it, interconnected with it in love and understanding. And as we hold this truth in our hearts, we say with conviction this morning, and so it is, and so it is. Thank you. We'll see you at the other side of the break.